there's this thing where if you're a black cop, you're not black. I take this uniform off and I'm suspicious. I look like someone that these people would then call the police on. I had been, when I was young, at a party, and I got jumped by a group of white people. Okay, me putting this uniform on does not erase that history that I've had. I got to see folks that really do want change, like the rest of us, that have been impacted by racism. And then I got to see those people get faded out by people that have no idea what racism is all about, never experienced racism, that don't even know that the tactics that they are using are the same tactics that were used against my people. And they don't even know they don't even know the history. They don't know what they're saying. Coming from someone who graduated from PSU with a history degree, it's actually frightening. I'm cool with, people feeling like they want to help a movement, but then when you go to a gentrified community, and one of the first pictures I saw, one of the business that was looted was a black-owned business. I'm like, they're not even from here. They don't even know what they're even doing. It's divisive. It's hurting the community. And I mean, I saw that press conference. Clearly, the community was not happy with that, and they even asked for the violence to stop. And they still are coming out and having these violent interactions with other citizens, the police, and at some point you just go, what is the end goal? Bloody Sunday, Selma, those folks marched because they wanted the right to vote, and they were beaten in the street to have rights that they were told they couldn't have because they were not even human. And then having folks scream and yell that they're being peaceful protests, but you're not peaceful because it is violent. And I actually had a cousin who went to one of the marches and he left. And he said, this has turned into something else. This is weird. So having an African-American male marching and then leaving, like I said, it's been very eye-opening. It says something when you're at a Black Lives Matter protest, you have more minorities on the police side than you have in a violent crowd. And you have white people screaming at black officers. You have the biggest nose I've ever seen. And you hear these things and you go, where are these people are they gonna say something to this person? No. Having people tell you, what to do with your life, that you need to quit your job, that you need to, you're hurting your community, but they're not even part of the community. And once again, you as a privileged white person telling someone of color what to do with their life. And you don't even know what I've dealt with, what these white officers that you're screaming at, you don't know them. You don't know anything about them. I've been called on calls the N-word. I don't know. I can't even count in the time that I have been a police officer, and having white officers jump in and defend me, and me telling me, just ignore it, and them being absolutely shocked, and they get to see it, and so, like I said, when you're standing on the line and they're getting called those names and they're being accused of being racist, when you've seen those officers helping people of color, getting blood on them, trying to save someone's life that's been shot, gang violence, domestic violence, and you see them and they're truly trying to help save someone's life, and then they turn around and are called a racist by people that have never seen anything like that. But I did have great conversations. I met two young brothers who were literally, after I had taken an explosive, I'd been hit with a full beer can, a rock in my chest, frozen water bottle had hit me. I met two young brothers that were out cleaning up the street. They had two garbage bags and they're just running and cleaning up. And a few of us from my team, we went over and we had to shake their hands. I was so moved by them and so impressed. And they said, their words, we're from here. This is our city. Why I don't understand why people are coming here and destroying it.